The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
That's right, Slowbucks. Listen, Envy's not your friend.
Slowbucks is here.
Because if he was your friend, he'd have told you, don't come do this interview.
Why not? He did some things that he has to explain and get off his chest.
Just like you should have did the press conference. Should have just got low.
Well, can we just start? Let's just start all over, okay?
Okay.
All right, so Slow.
What's up? What's up?
Now, obviously, at this point, everybody saw the video of what happened on stage where somebody took your chain and all that, and a series of events that happened after that, right? Now, there was a press conference, and some people thought that wasn't a great idea. Why would you do a press conference? And then...
Let's start from the beginning first, though. What's the beef with 50? What was the beef?
I mean, it's no beef with 50. I mean, I didn't know that it was an issue to the point that it'll lead to all what it led to.
Mm-hmm.
Got you. So when you put the picture up with his son and you had your middle finger up, that wasn't like...
I mean, my middle finger's up in a bunch of pictures. You know, that was just... And the caption of the picture actually let it be known that it said, F what you may think or what you may see, we all one. Family. Right. Hashtag family. So... At the end of the day, I don't know how that... I don't believe it's a picture that actually caused everything to happen.
So there was no malicious intent on your part in posting that picture? You didn't post that as a way to be funny
to get back at Fifth or to spite...
Nah, I mean, that's not how you do it. Mm-hmm. By posting a picture up. I mean, at the end of the day, that's someone's child. At the end of the day, you don't take it to... It's never that serious to where you use someone's child to, you know... and especially when I know Marquise. Like, we was together from young, you know what I'm saying?
What about when Trav made the diss record and you was in the video with Trav?
I was in the video.
Oh, you wasn't in the video? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Now, on that picture, 50 left a comment that was a bad idea. Did you ever speak to Fifth with that? Because what people don't understand is you guys, I don't want to say grew up with each other because Fifth is a little older, but you guys were in the same clique. It was
y'all knew each other from way back.
I mean, he exposed us to all of this, to what's going on now as far as the music business. When we came around 50, we was around for all the wrong reasons, and we just, you know, we transitioned over to, you know, what we doing now, which is Slowbucks.
Mm-hmm.
So you had no idea when you was on that stage that it was any issues. You ain't heard nothing in the streets that 50 want to see you, he trying to get at you, nothing.
Nah, I mean, I spoke to him about the situation, you know, after that, and I spoke my piece and he spoke his piece, and it was nothing.
So maybe the situation didn't come from 50 then. Maybe it was just some guys that didn't like you.
Nah, I doubt that. The only way something like that will ever happen is on a stage in front of 70,000 people. Y'all see me running around the city. Mm-hmm. This is me, New York. This is me. I go everywhere with my jewelry on, in the worst neighborhoods. The only place that sound like that could take place is right there.
Where was your goons at?
I was by myself. I wasn't with nobody. And I'm not mad at nobody. A lot of people, I see the comments, oh, you cool, all those artists that was up there.
Cool Fab.
And how come they ain't come, and how come they ain't stop none. At the end of the day, I can't expect people to be who I am. Just because I will jump out the window for you doesn't mean that I expect you to do the same for me, because I just may not be who you are. You just may be rapping about...
But Fab was performing. He probably didn't even know what was going on. Like, you're performing.
I mean, but I'm not mad at Fab.
No,
Fab
but
is
I'm just saying,
guy.
Aside from you saying that people might not jump out the window the same way that you would.
You know what? You got to be honest now. Now, I was in a club 2 weeks ago, and Banks, you know, got into an altercation with a guy, and Slow snuffed the guy. Slow snuffed the guy. Two-piece, bing, bing. Just 1, 2, 3. And
I mean,
hold on. So let me ask you a question now.
I thought Slowbucks' brand wasn't about violence.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't say that.
No,
I'm positive.
I'm asking a question. So when they hit you and you were on the floor on that stage, you know, your peoples or the people that you thought were around you, you know, there was, you know, Banks was there, Yayo was there, and nobody knew what happened. All they seen was you on the floor. And that didn't bother you at all, that, you know, you've been up and down with these guys, and nobody knew what happened. Nobody knew that, you know, whether who happened or what happened, but it just looked like a random sock, and you were on the floor, and nobody did nothing.
That was a sock.
Oh, snuff.
Oh.
But he got it he got it pretty quickly. It's not like he was...
But everybody seen the commotion and nobody moved. Did that bother you at all? Because you went to, like you said, you went to.
I could. It would bother me if it was just me just fighting with one person, and then it could be like, all right, Slow gonna hold his own. But you know, I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, you can't expect people to be who you are and what you would do, and expect people to be the same way. Like I said, like I would have never brought that up, that incident that happened with Banks, because at the end of the day, that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to just do business. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to just get my business. I've never been in a point in life where I'm making X amount of dollars without having to look over my back. I think it's kind of dope. So it's like at the end of the day, I feel like with this situation, you know how much. I mean, y'all, you know me personally, so you know at the end of the day, I've been on the other side of the fence. So I would love for, I would pray that nothing I had going on in the past catches up with me now.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? The same way I'm letting somebody, allowing somebody to live, is I'm saving lives. So now that I'm saving lives, I'm actually providing futures for the people around me that love me.
Now, also, so what's your relationships with Banks and Yayo and Fab now? Do you have a relationship with them, or is it just?
I heard your team ran down on Fab because they felt like Fab should.
Nah, it's not that, man. You know what it is? You know, friends fight, friends argue. You know, that's nothing. Fab, my guy.
So why'd your people run down on Fab and his man?
Nah, they ain't run down on Fab. They ain't run down on him. That's nothing. Like I said, it was just a dispute, an argument. Like, why this and why that.
So nobody got hit. There was no physical nothing exchange.
Nah.
So was it over? Like, why didn't you help Slow?
I mean, I wasn't there,
Right.
and when it did get back to me, it was a situation where they was telling me, it was just regular. How it got to me, I'm like, what happened? Regular. That's all, man. I'm asking them what's up. So I didn't really get involved. I mean, if they say, evidently, you ain't hear nothing else after happening. We've been out, they've been out, and that's it.
Now let's talk about this because this is what had everybody disgusted, including me. Because when I look at you, I said, okay, Slow from the street. Why would you do a press conference?
I mean, there comes a point in time where like I said, like I never was in a situation where I'm making the money that I'm making now, and I got partners. I got partners, and I got Slowbucks is not just me. You know what I mean? Like last time I was up here, I was telling you how we partnered up with the dude Seth and a lot of people. So we got our people that we sit, our colleagues that we sit down with, and they make decisions, and it's not just my say so. I didn't want to do that.
That was a terrible decision.
And I'm gonna be honest. I'm not here to deny anything. I did it. I sat there and I did it. Okay. Not understanding what's going on, but because I got partners. If you got partners, I'm sure there's decisions that you, Ange, and E sit, and you may not be down with it, but because the two majorities wins, and you got to sit there and deal with it and go with it because that's your team.
Nah, not with the press conference. I've had the same situation happen to me. Dudes try to jump me in front of the station. They wanted me to do stuff like that. I'm like, nah. We got to take that.
I mean, but stuff like what? I mean, it's different.
I ain't say about no press conference, but they wanted me to do stuff like talk to the authorities.
I mean, I didn't talk to no authorities. I mean, let me tell you something.
You snitched on dude, and
dude got arrested.
And then you out, and then you posting pictures, and you going hanging out. I don't see how that's possible.
Explain what happened with that.
Let me tell you something. I'm not even going to get into all that. Me snitching, let's be for real now. I'm not even worried about what the people on Instagram think. I come from a neighborhood where, and guys that surround me, that's not accepting that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I'm going to do even one better. That person that y'all talking about could actually call up here or send paperwork up here and tell me and prove that I'm told on them or I sat and had a conversation with police. I signed my company over to him.
Well, it doesn't matter if
no, it matters. I'm saying I signed my. I'm not talking about. I signed my company over to him.
So you're saying you didn't press charges? That's not why he got arrested. It's for other reasons. Maybe.
I mean, you do something. You do something
on video.
I mean, you had 60,000, 70,000 people that knew what happened before I knew what happened. Before I even seen a footage. Right. But like I said, I'm not here to talk about that part. Like, I'm not explaining myself when it comes down to snitching. Whoever knows, like, how you think these guys got around me in the first place? How you think I was even around artists and moving around the way I am?
But don't if you file a civil suit, you have to file a criminal suit first?
No. Why criminal suit for what?
You cannot have a criminal suit and do a civil suit.
Do I look like I need to file a criminal suit?
So is that new jury or is that the one that got took?
I'm just saying, what it look like? This is like the same identical one to me.
So you got it back?
The only thing that's new is this Slowbucks piece right here.
So what did happen to the chain? Did that turn back up, or is it just bye? I don't even want it no more.
I didn't even care about that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we saving lives.
Right.
And we providing futures.
Because you've gotten people's chains
Meaning
back
I'm
for
saving
them.
lives by keeping people back and saying, you know what, instead of you jumping out the window for me like you would have did before, here, let's work. It's about branding ourselves. It's about, like we got something good. I'm not letting nobody trick me off the streets. That's what I felt. That could have never happened nowhere in the world. But in front of 70,000 people.
Now, some people
What are you telling me? You know if that would have, let's be for real now. If that would have happened in any other spot outside, I mean, you know what I mean? But then again, we're not even going to go there because I'm on a positive time.
Slowbucks is a peaceful brand.
Yes, peaceful brand.
But some people say you should be suing them
brand.
for that event there, for not having the proper security in place and having that many people on stage. That situation kind of set up an environment that was dangerous.
I mean, for the most part, I mean, I feel like I feel like at the end of the day, I feel like it was the safest place to be. You know, this is a stage
being around
where
50 Cent when he got beef with you is not safe. Stay away from
Now,
that.
there were also other allegations.
that's not going on nowhere else outside of where it happened at.
There were also other allegations that you were told not to get on the stage. They were like, okay, don't get on the stage because you know he got problems.
Nah, nobody told me that. I mean, let me tell you something. I think when I'm like an idiot, I'm gonna put myself in a situation where I feel like something could possibly happen. These are people that I grew up with. This was the big homie.
So now,
I'm not here just to bash him, but I'm just here to keep it real. At the end of the day, that was a clown move.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that.
So now, what's next now? Because you have a lot of artists that mess with you, whether it's Meek, whether it's any artist. So
you got to look at certain.
I mean,
people.
a lot of artists called up after, and a lot of artists are still dealing. Shout out to Snoop, shout out to Swiss, shout out to, of course, Meek. I don't got to say that Meek and Jewels and you know, Yo Gotti's. You know what I'm saying? Like those are all my guys.
Everybody still treat you the same. They don't.
Everybody, man. Future just gave us a hit right after that. You know what I'm saying? I got a hit just for you.
What about they were saying on the blogs that some people took down all their pictures on Instagram?
Yeah, Nas took down all his pictures of you.
Nah, I just spoke to Nas.
Okay.
When you look at Instagram,
you look on Nas' Instagram now, there's pictures of me on this. I don't know how that's possible. You know, people just gonna talk. Why y'all want to see me down, huh? The kid who came from nothing. This who y'all want to see not make it. You got other brands out there that don't want the minorities to even wear they stuff, or feel like they ain't make it for them. And people still go and comply with that type of stuff. And I don't see how you got a brand. Like, what we doing is giving people opportunities. We giving people, like, we giving back. This is what we doing. What I did, I gave people jobs.
Right.
Like, that's what I did. I gave people jobs. I can't speak for who I had the situation with. Right. But people around me look good. They eating.
But now it's a situation where you guys released a diss record. Y'all dissing 50 in the G.
I mean, I didn't release a diss record. That's what they do. The rappers is gonna rap.
But you the boss though. You supposed to say
But now what happens? You've been around Fifth. We all know Fifth. He don't play them games, and it gets to a situation where it can get.
No, those are the games that he do play. This is all what he likes to do. The Instagram and the going back and forth. But that's not what I'm into. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here for that.
So now what happens if y'all run into each other?
I mean, that's just a situation that gotta happen when that happens.
Is it you want to have a conversation? Have you tried?
I mean, what's it to have a try for what? Conversation about what? There's no point in that. It wasn't like me not speaking to him didn't affect me like it affected everybody else that's around him. Do we look affected? I'm right back.
So now
were you embarrassed by the situation?
Embarrassed? Nah, this is a regular fight. This is what people you get into it. I don't know how. I mean, it may be behind the scenes up here, but you get into it. Like this is a person that look like a big brother. So if anything ever was to happen, it'd just be. I respect it if it was more him, and then I could sit there and chalk it up. But it's like you put in a situation where, damn if you do, damn if you don't. Like you put in a situation where you honestly got to sit there and think about it and really think like. Are you going to let these people trick you off the streets? And what I mean by that is this person go to jail and have to do any time. You told. That's a snitch. This person get knocked off. You go to jail. It's evident what happened. It was for the world to see. And that's your getaway free card. You know what I'm saying?
What about your perception? Like, because now people say, in hindsight, people be like, yeah, Slowbucks is a snitch. And then they go, yeah, Slowbucks always been a groupie. Like, do you see stuff like that?
I mean,
you didn't think that about me before?
I mean, do you see me no disrespect to anybody that I'm around on my guys, but I don't want nobody to get offended by what I'm about to say, but do you see me wearing anybody else stuff? Can you show me a picture with any of the guys that you may think I was a groupie around wearing their stuff? No. But if I ask you the question, have you seen them in my stuff, you're going to tell me yeah.
And
it's nothing wrong with that because they are on a bigger scale. They see someone that's coming from down bottom, and they see what's going on, and they see that's positive, and they see that's somebody that's making a transition in life. They're gonna stand by that as a real dude supposed to.
Right. But when it gets to that point, and we all know Fifth, we've seen it before. He thinks 2 steps ahead, right? You know what I mean? But him doing the videos and all that, he's gonna try to destroy the Slowbucks brand. He did it with Ja. He did it with. Try to do it with all these other artists.
I mean, that was the 50 back then. I mean, look what he just showed his first week. You want to know what I just did my first week? Just to enclose? Matter of fact, I was about to go shopping after this. I said, you know what? I hate dealing with the traffic, and I got to come up here, and I grabbed some money with me. Matter of fact, I remember I told you, I said, if somebody could send me, I'm here, I ain't going nowhere. I'm over here in the Breakfast Club. if somebody could show me papers saying I snitched on them, or you having to go pay lawyers and you got to go to jail, I sign my company over to you. I give you all my jewelry.
So let's
nothing.
explain.
Matter of fact, I got 50,000 on me right now. A little punk 50. I was just gonna go shop. I give it to you. It's no problem.
Stop
No,
it,
we
man.
don't.
Now you're going to have people trying to rob you.
Stop. Put that money away.
So why you don't get...
Let's not get out of hand now. That, like I said, that only happened on a big scale. I'm still who I am. You know, you get what you follow me? Ain't nobody doing nothing. Run up.
So let's just clarify. Let's clarify everything.
Low for what? I didn't start this business off of being low. I started this business of doing what I'd like to do. Being outside, shopping, going out. This is where you see me at. You don't see me as a person that's low.
So let's
you know who's low.
Slow. Let's
the
talk
people
about
you're talking about. When do you see them out?
Fifth. You don't see Fifth out.
All right, you don't see nobody out. You know what I'm saying? They claim to say they go out only if it's for pay. All right, cool, I dig it. Like I said, I'm not here to bash
anybody. You're making me nervous, Bucks.
Why are you nervous?
Because I don't know. I don't care what you say, Buck.
Money.
Anybody
money,
can.
man.
I understand that you got people, but anybody can get robbed, man.
But now,
anybody can get.
So let me ask you.
Ain't nobody above
This
nothing.
is a kid who kind of half a ticket online. Like, you could still Google that up. Like, this ain't just something new, me getting to the money. This ain't new. Even when I was around 50, I always been the person. My team always did what we did. And we always stepped up, and we always held ourselves down. You think 50 would have had us around for this long? For us to be some punks or some suckers that's telling? Let's be for real now.
There was also rumors that something happened to your studio, that maybe there was some violence on your studio. Was any of that true?
Hell no.
All right, so can we
What
clarify?
you mean violence on the studio?
Charlamagne, 1 second.
Oh.
So let me ask a question. Let's clarify about this civil lawsuit and what it is for people that don't know the difference between a criminal lawsuit and a civil lawsuit. So you are pursuing a civil lawsuit?
No, what happened was this: what was going on. I sat down with my team, and because of what happened, they felt the need to have and what civil means, you got to break it down, because people just, they get civil mixed up with criminal. And I got it mixed up too, so I'm not faulting them, because, like I said, look how I'm sitting here talking to y'all. I'm just being myself, because this is regular. When you talking about real stuff, you don't got to think about what you got to say. You don't got to make nothing up. Right. It's just naturally, like, you could do it. Now, when you don't understand something, you like this. And this is how I look. I look like
that's how you looked in the press conference.
You definitely look like that in the press conference.
Because I didn't know what was going on. Because some of the stuff that was going on had me puzzled. Like, wait a minute, what the hell? But I'm not here. Like, I got to eat that. At the end of the day, let me tell you something. What a man does is take fault for his actions. Mm-hmm. Whether you wanted to, didn't want to, whether you believe in that, didn't want to. At the end of the day, I could care less about what people think of me, because I know who I am. And as long that no one's in jail and no one's dealing with legal issues because of me and because of my peoples, then I'm cool with that. I'm cool with.
But the press conference damaged your brand more than.
How it damaged my brand? If you, let me tell you something.
People don't know that it's not criminal, so they look at you and they're like, "Yo, he snitched."
All right, look, what's the difference? What's the difference? What's the difference? What's the difference? What you mean?
Because even now,
this way of explaining it. Did you go to? Did anybody go to jail?
Bright. People not that bright.
I just said I'm here. I signed everything over.
And all they.
But let me tell you this: how can that damage your brand when you got people, like I said in the beginning of the conversation, when you got people that don't want minorities to wear their brand, or don't wear their boots, or don't wear, et cetera, but minority still does it. So how are we in a society where your own kind,
we tear each other down? More, somebody else can do whatever to us, and we'll still support them, but us, we'll tear each other down and be like, nah, I don't want no parts of that.
Now,
why are we like that? I don't know.
Why did you get a tax attorney? Because that was the thing, because he said he was a tax attorney.
That goes to show you how much I didn't know what was going on.
Who referred that attorney to you?
Who referred that attorney?
That just mean listening, man.
Okay, go told you to get a tax attorney.
He's actually mad at me. He told me, listen, let me do that type of stuff.
Yes. From a street perspective, you should have been like, I can't do that, man.
Yeah, but let me tell you something. I don't care about all the street perspective and this and that. Like this, like I didn't work this hard to just sit there and be, oh, the streets. A lot of these guys who's over here talking on Instagram and talking on social media don't even know what the streets is. Especially if you got time to. When I click on the people that's actually talking nonsense, they 0,0,0,0. I'm like, who are these people? They are not even man enough to even show their face. So how can I? I'm not gonna say argue with ghosts. What, I'm like an idiot?
Do you feel like a lot of people turn their back on you? People you thought you was really cool with?
Nah, I mean,
a couple.
A couple, but not none of the artists. I would have thought a lot of them would have been the ones that would have been moving funny. Mm-hmm. But these are people that just always wanted to see you down. These are people that just couldn't believe you got to where you was at, being where they was at. Right. We all in a barrel, and it's just everybody grabbing each other down.
Now, I've heard a lot of artists say, why would Slowbucks do that press conference? They have said that.
I mean, of course they would say that, you know? Like I said, man, think about it. The run we had is tremendous. Like, think about it. You know what they artists had to do to be who they are? Like, I don't rap. Like, you know how long it take an artist to feel like they popping and they just now getting a car that I had years ago? You know what I'm saying? Or being able to buy a watch or being able to buy a chain.
So where do you stand now with everything, with the case? Like, what's happening?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Like that thing. Like when I seen how it just played out, and I felt like that in the beginning, I just fell back from everything. I'm like,
so there's no more civil lawsuit going on.
No.
You should hold another press conference in the middle of Queens and say, "Hey, I'm not suing nobody."
I don't gotta. I'm not doing. I only came up here because I rock with the Breakfast Club. If it was, and not only that, at the end of the day, I feel like I owed certain people that's buying our clothes, like you said, that may feel like they don't understand the difference within civil and criminal. I feel like I owe them this much to come up here and speak on it and let them know what's going on. But I didn't honestly feel, and I really came up here to let y'all know like what's going on with Slowbucks. Like we got new music out, we got a bunch of features that's gonna let you know all our people still with us. We got hot clothes going on. Like the hate on Instagram turned into 3,000, 5,000, 6,000 likes now on when I post outfits together. This is what I do. I get fresh.
In hindsight, would you have done the press conference again? In hindsight,
I'm not. I mean, honestly, if I would have, I'd be the one speaking like I'm speaking now. I'm not gonna let nobody speak for me.
Right, and like I said, what you were attempting to do wasn't a bad thing because people sue all day. You know,
I mean, the guy we talking about does that's what he do. He sued
all day.
He sued Q.
From World Star?
He sued a lot of people, but I'm not even gonna get into that.
That's what you should have done. No press
delivery.
You should have said no press conference. Come to the Breakfast Club. Talk about it like how you talking about it now.
You know what I'm saying? There's been issues where people actually sued. I'm not even sued. And I mean, listen, man, I'm not here to do that. Like I said, I ain't gonna be like the others, man. I just want to get money and take care of the people around me and open up doors for the youth.
Well, hey, Slow always been cool with me, so I have no issues.
So to end this off, you and Fab is cool.
Yeah, me and Fab is cool. Everybody keep calling me about Fab. What happened with Fab is just regular stuff that happened with friends. You know what I'm saying? You argue with friends, you fight with friends. It happens all the time. Sometimes I see Yee out and I be like, what happened to your homegirls, man? This B got me on my nerves, and then they be right back together. You know what I'm saying? So it happens.
What about Banks and Yayo? Because you were close to Banks. I mean, you go to their cribs. You were always with them. And you know what I mean? What's the relationship with them? Banks
was my brother, man. You know, like I said,
is he
man.
Still your brother?
I mean, yeah, he's still my brother. But at the same time, like I just look at it like this, man. Sometimes you just grow apart from people. Sometimes it's just better off to just let people, you know, be who they are. It's not like I'm surprised at what happened. At the end of the day, look at the situation that they're in. This is someone that was just tarnishing you like he's trying to tarnish me, and you went back to that. So at the end of the day, some people just I'm not the Ripley's, believe it or not, the person who'd say, hey, I'm the one who's going to speak up, and I don't care, and look what happens to me. You know what I'm saying? Maybe because what happened to me might make they might not ever speak because they might feel like, damn, this is Slow. Right. This is family. This is not a stranger.
Right.
And you know what else you have to know? You got to know this because if not, it's going to haunt you. To some people, they're going to always call you a rat. They're going to always call you a group. They're going to always hold you to that situation.
That's not nothing that people wasn't been saying under the breath. When people see me, they don't say that.
Yeah.
You got to understand, son. At the end of the day, we still who we are.
That's what I'm saying.
We're just making a transition for better ourselves. Only an idiot would go back and tell, like, I don't got to impress people on the streets. For what?
That's what I'm saying.
What are you doing? What the average person that's in the streets telling me something? What are they doing? What do they have?
Right.
But also,
you're 50 said it himself. What's the purpose of holding a conversation with somebody who can't offer you nothing?
That's true.
But the average person are also the consumers that are buying into your brand as well.
I'm just saying.
And the people that's buying into the brand is people that's still buying into the brand because they're not buying into the brand because of what they feel is going on with the primary person because they got people that's. You know, there's just people that, you know, whatever. Listen, it's just like, I'm going to make it plain and simple. A lot of designers that people is wearing their stuff may not be the type of guy that they actually want to hang out with.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot of designers that don't want people wearing their stuff are still the guys that people's wearing they stuff. So at the end of the day, as long as you got fire clothes and your stuff is fly and it goes with everything and and the material feels good and it's not no BS, then I don't see how anything can get tarnished. That's what I was saying to the people when we sat down collectively, this is what I was telling them. What are we worried about a brand for? A brand? If anything, this just helped us. Now, my Instagram jumped.
That's what TMZ said, though. TMZ said that they feel like you're using this just to get hotter.
I mean, I didn't. So how would I be able to use it? Would I just go on stage and say, "Hey, let's rob me and let's just do this whole big movie and jump me and then and I get up and hey and
do press conference
interviews and say, let's go, let's trend it, baby."
Now also, Meek was up here. Did you get Louis V chain back when it got taken?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you get your chain back?
I didn't want my chain back. Like I said, that's let me tell you something. That's not a situation. No, you see, I run about with cash. That's nothing.
No, I said people get insurance on their jewelry just in case.
I don't know how to do that. See, now I'm not against it. I'm gonna learn that now, because who wants to go spend another $40,000 on jewelry again or $60,000 on jewelry? I don't want to do that
like
again.
Emmy said, insurance. You come try to take my chain here, take it. I got insurance.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the case, I'd go put insurance now and go give it to somebody, a homie in the hood. You know what I'm saying? To help him out.
Well, I don't
I'm
think
always
that's how
down to
insurance
give
works.
it.
That doesn't work like that.
You see, I'm just messing myself up on radio now. I don't know.
Yes, you are. With that $50,000 you just pulled out too, I feel like the IRS gonna call me.
Nah, man.
But just don't, like I said, man, you don't have to go around explaining yourself. Let this be the last time you talk about it.
I'm not ever gonna explain myself. Like I said,
don't Instagram about it.
You see, when you asked me a question about the snitching, what I said, snitching. Let me tell you something. If that person could call right now or provide some paperwork or is going to jail or whatever the case, I sign my company over. Okay. Like you get picked up for questioning and you like and like how you not gonna get picked up for questioning? I got picked up for questioning. I walked in the club, they had me outside for 5 hours. They took me. I said, listen, I thought I was the victim. You know what they're asking me? We know what y'all gonna do. We know what you about. We know your record.
Hold on, let me ask you.
There's no snitching on my record.
Final question. What do you say to the people who say they don't believe you no more when it comes to the whole Slowbucks being the goons and this and that? Holding people
I never said I was a goon. Did I ever come up here and said I was a goon? I never carried myself that way. You ever seen me looking, like, you know what I'm saying, like looking like a goon? Or like, you know, sagging my pants, dirty nails, looking crazy? I'm always well-groomed, man. I'm always carrying myself well-mannered. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just me.
Are you gonna move
I'm just sucker free.
Are you gonna move differently now? Does this make you
differently?
I got $50,000 in his book bag.
I always move the same. When I never not move like this. I'm back in my neighborhood. You see me on the gram. Nothing ever changed. This has always been me.
I just think sometimes certain things happen when you go out and you be like, okay, I got to be extra cautious because
I always was cautious.
Orange.
Let me tell you something. People get cautious when they get into beef. For me, I always have to be like that. My state. Look who I was around. It always was a cautious situation for me. The only reason why that happened the way it happened because here I am in a situation where I feel like this is family. I didn't feel like I'm looking around, I see people that I don't know and there's strangers around me.
Nobody tried to mediate the situation since it happened? Like, oh, can we, I'm going to talk to Fib, I'm going to talk to you. Nobody tried to mediate?
Yeah, people do that, but it's for what? Because it wasn't like it's a situation where I need him. I never was in a situation where I actually was dealing with him and he made our business work. I mean, right now, and if he was willing to do that, I feel like he only could try to help his situation work for himself, because he's not the 50 that he once was.
So now it's just time to put this behind you and move on and forget about it.
It was behind me the day it happened.
Okay.
The day it happened, I was in the club. Meek had a party. We all went out. We all was back Instagram, and it was nothing. Like, stuff like that happened. Like, at the end of the day, I would hope that somebody was leaning on me the same way when I used to be doing stuff like that. People try to kill me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this, like, for me doing those actions. So, like I said, I'm just saving lives and providing futures for the people that surround me. I got crackheads who love me. I got bums who love me. I got millionaires who love me. I got rappers who love me. When that happened, Meek and them ran down. But for what? I'm gonna put everybody in a situation like this is what. Let me tell you what Slowbucks is about. Let me tell you. And he was mad at me too for that. He said, "Slow, you should have called me, man." I said, "What advice you gonna give me? How you know about stuff like that?"
You gonna tell you, don't do no press conference. You gonna look like a rat.
Meek also tweeted out that you shouldn't have been on that stage, and he said 50 shouldn't allow that to happen.
I mean, there you have it. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people feel like I shouldn't have been on the stage, but when you not see me on the stage being myself and doing what I do, like I said, it was a moment. It was a Queens moment. You had 50, you had Nas. It was like, whoa, the missing piece was me. You know what I'm saying? But like at the end of the day, stuff happens, man. That can happen to anybody. 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 Anybody get caught. I got caught slipping. That's it. Charge it to the game. And that can have anybody.
You feel like you got caught up in the moment because you just said the missing piece was you. You feel like, nah, it's 50. Like you.
I mean, I noticed that when I got up there. I didn't come up there like, hey, I gotta get up there because of what's going on. I got up there and said, well, all right, because everybody had their own sets.
You ain't on you getting there, but you ain't on that legendary level yet. Where you say the missing piece is me.
I'm a legend in Queens, man. You crazy?
Come on.
Let me ask you. I mean, think about what I done for Queens. I done brought Snoop to Queens. We had a studio in Queens, right in the heart of the hood. Not nowhere. You done had Nicki, The Weeknd, Khaled, Movado. Name some people. Fab. I could sit here for days. Yo Gotti, Future. The list could just keep going on. Like, this is what I do for Queens. I didn't just start. This is what we built off. Like, Beamer, Benz, or Bentley. That happened because of me. Like, we been putting artists together. We've been bridging the gap. That's what we do. Artists are too cool to talk to each other, or they feel like, you know, this one not going to say this one, and then now when I put them together, they'll be the best of friends. I mean, let's take a look at the stage that I was on. You'd have thought that was a Slowbucks presentation for you out there. You know what I mean? Who you see on Instagram with everybody that was on that, or who you see that has relationship with the people that was on stage, not the people that bring them on there. These are the people that I be around all the time.
So you put that together?
I didn't. I mean, it looked like that, but I didn't. I'm just saying. Like, this is what I've been doing.
You have relationships.
It's not about, like, people can't call someone a groupie of being around artists when you actually a person that's sitting there making stuff happen.
And the artists are calling you up.
You tell me what a groupie is.
A groupie is somebody who just hangs around a bunch of people for no reason.
Famous.
Yeah,
all right, cool.
Famous.
Now, what I'm around people doing, artists doing, is putting them together, making them do records, making them do hits. A lot of music that you hear today on this station, right, that you playing, is some of the records that I put together. And that's a fact, 100% fact. And not only that, I'm branding my business. They're not just going to be around me hanging out. If they're not wearing my stuff, and if I'm not, it's each one teach one. If we're not sitting there providing a service for each other, then what's the purpose of me being around you? Because now I'm the liability. Because you're not moving according.
Now, also, lastly, in the interview, I just remember this. 50 said that some of the problem that he had with you is he was always with you, but you aligned yourself with a lot of the people he had problems with.
These are the same people that he's ended up being friends with now.
Not Ross.
Yeah, not Ross.
I mean, if the position presented itself, who knows what would happen? Y'all probably never thought he'd be cool with Fat Joe, and it happened, right?
I don't know if they cool.
I'm saying.
All right.
How much times that he said him and Game had issues, and you know, we seen them that work back out. I don't know where it's at now, but you know, like let me tell you something. I'm not worried about what they doing. We didn't get this far worried about what they doing or what's going on with who and how.
I get you, but
it's all about what we doing. We selling clothes. We got the new summer shipment.
If somebody I got problems with, and they in my crew, I don't want to hang around if they associating themselves with that person. That's regardless. Like, and you
but this is like WWF in hip hop. Like, how serious are the situations is if you could actually see each other somewhere and nothing don't happen.
Right. Okay.
I'm just curious. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we appreciate you stopping through Slow.
Yes.
Definitely
being open and honest
it.
about everything.
Thank you for the new music as well.
Definitely, man.
We didn't even talk about the new music.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, man. Let's not just make this interview just about, you know, the other guys, man.
Nobody care about the music right now. Man. They want to hear you talk about the press conference.
Nobody care about that music. That just went brick. That's what nobody don't care about. They gonna care about this.
It was
music
independent
right
though. 47,000 is good for independent.
Oh, that's the excuse when people do bad, right? They're independent.
Well, we got new music, and we're gonna get on. And we're going to get you closer.
Hold on. Hold on. Ashanti sold less than that.
Ashanti ain't been in the game in how long? And she did that. So, honestly, you just helped her out. Shout out to Ashanti. Shout out to my sister. Because think about it. For her not to be involved in music for so long and come and do that same number, and you actually proactive with TV shows. And
Fifth ain't been out in 5 years.
You got the reunion, but you're proactive, meaning that you got constant stuff going on. Let me ask you this question, Charlamagne. If you get into a car accident and you sue, is that considered snitching?
I don't know.
It's the same thing.
Listen, I ain't mad at you for suing.
I'm just asking a question. I mean, cool. I'm talking about with the people, because I seen a lot of tough guys do stuff like that. I just thought about it, like,
nah, but it looks
because I almost got to a car accident just here just now, and then it just kind of bugged me out.
Nah,
I just felt like,
it's
damn. So I'm like, damn, if this car run into my car, like, like. And I sue him.
I don't think
like, am I wrong for that?
Listen, I don't think
my parts cost a lot of money.
I don't think what you did is snitching, but I'm saying the perception of, you know, you get attacked.
Yeah. That press conference killed me, man.
It killed you.
It didn't kill me. It didn't kill me. It learned.
It hurt the brand.
It didn't hurt the brand. You can't hurt perfection, Charlamagne.
Nah, you know why it hurt the brand? Because everybody looks at
you and say,
Bucky's a street dude.
It hurt me.
But
why
you the brand.
Why gotta be labeled as the street dude? Why can't be labeled as the businessman? Why can't be labeled as the kid who made the transition?
You were the businessman, but what made it worse is when the lawyer brought up Fifth. When you did it, it should have been.
And did you see my face when he said that? I said.
But that's your representation.
And it wasn't because I felt like it wasn't because he's saying I just didn't want to hear the name. Like I don't want. Just like when I'm doing it, I don't want it to make it look. I'm not going to be the guy who want to piggyback off of him or somebody like I need. I don't need to do that.
What hurt was when
we
he
did
said
good without.
We are doing an investigation.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? That's what killed everything. But it's like I said, right move, wrong decision. If it was, I was going to a stage, I got robbed. I don't know what happened. I thought I was safe. I wasn't unsafe. I'm suing all parties involved. That's it. That's it. Who robbed you? I don't know. But all I know is I didn't feel safe.
Nobody can even feel the need to even want to ask me a question like that. Mm-hmm. Like, that don't even make sense to ask me a question like that, because I'm gonna say,
look at the video.
I'm not even gonna say that. I'm gonna say, so how do you even know to ask me a question like this? What did you watch to know to ask me a question like this?
Right, but you know what? You didn't even have to do that. You could have got a lawyer and went right to the court.
What happened on that stage was nothing. You in the street, you take L's every now and then. That's just the way the game goes. But when you do the press
that's
conference,
the first time that something like that ever happened to me ever in life.
It happens.
Mm-hmm.
It happens.
It happens to the best of us.
Your success took a shot at
you.
Remember? That's what Hov said. Every now and then your success takes a shot at you.
You need a storyline. It happened to everybody. It happened to 50 when he got shot. It happened to everybody.
And it's really how you handle it afterwards.
The press conference is what made it all bad.
I mean, it didn't make it bad. You learn from everything. The press conference actually helped me know who's who. It let me know who my real friends is now.
Look at it, yeah.
That's what it did. Because if that never happened, I'd have still been having the same people around. That really wasn't in my best interest.
Do you feel like those guys are your friends? Do you feel like any industry people are your actual true friends?
Nah, not really. Some of them are. Some of them are and some of them ain't. A lot of them ain't.
Tell the people what SBOE really means, because if you leave it up to Fifth, it means
snitching boy on everything.
Yes. What is SBOE?
Slowbucks over everything.
Slowbucks over everything. All right. Well, we appreciate you, Slow.
Slowbucks is exactly what 50 wanted Gino to be. Well, exactly what they wanted it to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, we for the community. We don't just get mad at certain people and say, let me go buy this park or this piece of grass because this represents where he's from. That's whack. If you're going to do something, you're going to go all out. Do it for real. Don't do it for a look. Like, help people. Create jobs for the people around you. Don't have them looking the way they looking. These people is actually loyal to you. They're actually ready to sacrifice and put themselves on a grill and actually get cooked. But thank God that I'm not thinking like that, and we actually want to get money and do positive things. Mm-hmm. Like, this is what we're here to do. We're here to just, like, I never felt this good in my life. I never felt like I'm always used to like, you know what I'm saying, while I'm getting money. So for me to actually be sitting here getting money and got my people around me getting money, it's a wonderful thing. Mm-hmm. You're supposed to stand by stuff like that. If you have an issue with one of us, you don't take actions like that. You a boss. Bosses don't move like that. That's not a boss move. Right. How are you a boss? How you consider you call yourself a boss if you go about stuff that way? You supposed to pull us up and say, listen, man, off the record, like, what y'all doing? I don't like that. You could have been beating us up, fighting us, whatever you wanted to do. You don't go about stuff the way you did. Not especially when we came from you. That don't make any sense to me. So you that envious of what we doing? That means I'm doing a great job. That's how I know my brain ain't going nowhere. Because I got your attention. So this is Mr. Forbes worried about Little Winslow. Winslow, who came from me in the earlier days, like you said.
But it's, being that you came from him, do you understand him being upset that you were cool with somebody he considered an enemy of his?
No, because, he told me get money. That's what he told me. So now, you know what that means? That means you never thought that it would get to where it got to. But then I can't think for somebody or speak for somebody either. All I can speak of what we got in stores. We got all the new Fire Summer line in stores. We got all this music we putting out. We buying more tanks. We buying more cars. We're going to catch us in all these clubs doing what we've been doing. And that's it. We back to the usual program. Queens get the money, man. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody that's here, and shout out to everybody that ain't switch. Shout out to the Gaza Boys. Shout out to Red Army. Shout out to SBOE. Shout out to Rich Fly G. Shout out to shout out to Queens. Period, man. So much people that just, you know what I mean, that just out here doing their thing and they here with us. Shout out to Busy and them, the whole Brownsville family. You know what it is. We here. Nothing ain't changed, man. Still BQE. We still moving with each other. Shout out to Jewels. He's working on his mixtape right now. He about to drop two tapes instead of one. And he really about to come with it. Jewel's like the pump fake y'all with the music, but he's really, really about to come with it. Like, there's no holds bar. That's one guy who got songs with the world and would not release a record.
Why not?
I'm talking about everybody. Fire.
He's like legal issues.
Fire. I mean, he's all
Label
cleared up.
Legal.
Nah, he's good now. It's just that that's why everybody expects him to, like, all right, you wanted out and now you out, and what happened? You know what I'm saying? That man about to come with some. You know what I mean? He's about to get on his job. But that's what it's about. It's about being about your business and getting to the money.
He's off. He's finally off.
I don't know. That's a conversation you got to have with Jewels. But what I do know is he ain't got no legal issues.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He don't got that going on. He's about to come with it.
Okay. Well, it's the Breakfast Club. It's slow.